Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today I wanted to show you what I have in the garage. Currently I have my 2019 Porsche Cayenne. On the other side I have my 2019 BMW X5, and in the middle I have my 2018 911 GTS Cabriolet. Today we're going to do a side-by-side comparison of the Porsche Cayenne versus the X5. Let's go take a look. I wanted to put these cars front to back so you could get an idea of the size of the cars. Actually, they look like they're about the exact same size. I was even trying to figure out which one is taller, but they look kind of the same. Maybe the BMW is a little bit taller. So size-wise, both of these cars are about the same. Both of these cars have a 335 horsepower, 6-cylinder turbocharged engine. On paper, these cars are pretty much the same 0 to 60, but driving the cars, the BMW feels a lot faster than the Porsche. They both have an 8-speed transmission. I don't know why, but the BMW definitely feels like it's a faster car. I think on paper it's only a 1/10 of a second faster, but it definitely feels faster than the Porsche Cayenne. The Porsche Cayenne, on the other hand, handles better than the BMW, which is expected because it's a Porsche. But if you're driving the car, you can definitely feel that this car is quicker than the Porsche. Here's a front view of both of the cars. You can see from this view here that the BMW sits lower than the Porsche Cayenne does. This particular BMW has the M Sport package, so it has a more aggressive front end on it with a different bumper configuration, but it definitely sits lower than the Porsche Cayenne. As I was saying earlier, it's really hard to tell which one of these cars is higher, but from this view, it definitely looks like the BMW sits higher up than the Porsche Cayenne. Let's take a look at the back of these two cars. The Porsche Cayenne has a single lift on their tailgate, whereas the BMW has the clamshell. So the BMW will open and you still have this clamshell at the bottom. You can drop this down, and it also makes for a great tailgating party. You can just sit on it just like so and watch what sport event you want to take a look at. To close it, this will close first, this will close second, and the Cayenne is just a normal tailgate. Just push it one time and it closes. Now that you've got an idea of the size of these two cars, let's talk about equipment, price, options these cars have to give you an idea. This car had a sticker price of $81,550. The BMW had a sticker price of $72,345. They both have a lot of the same things. The LED headlights, for instance, on the Porsche are an option. They're standard on the BMW. Both of the cars have 4-zone climate control. That was an option. Park assist front and rear was an option on this car. It was standard here. The big thing, the BMW though has the Driver Pro Assist package, which it has the camera up in the windshield and the distance-based cruise control. That was about a $1,700 option. That allows the car to drive itself. The Porsche doesn't have that. When I bought the Porsche, they didn't have that option available at the time. I think they are bringing it out, but the last time I checked, it still wasn't available. So the difference between the two cars, I feel like the BMW's got more technology in the car with more safety features in the car than the Porsche has. I think the Porsche is just meant to be a luxury SUV that handles like a 911, where the BMW is more of a family hauler, but it has all the safety features in the car. Both cars have like blind spot notification and that type of thing, but the BMW has more. It has the cross traffic detection in the rear. Like I said, it drives itself. An option on this car was a parking package where it will actually park itself. The Porsche doesn't do that. So as far as option wise, this is fairly option pretty good, and this one's fairly option pretty good. The biggest thing on this car is it's an M Sport package where you get all the blacked out chrome and you get a different front bumper on the car. The rear bumper on the car is painted, where if you don't get the M Sport package, it just comes with like a satin gray strip across the back. The M Sport package is definitely a better looking car. They both run on 20-inch wheels and tires. This car has run flat tires. The Porsche doesn't have run flat tires. One tip I'll give you is if you buy a BMW, years ago the run flat tires, they rode pretty hard, but now they ride great. I can't really tell the difference between the ride of both of these cars, even though this one has run flat tires on it. But if you're concerned and say, well, I don't want to have run flat tires when my tires wear out, when you order your car, just get the Space Saver spare tire for the rear, and when your run flats run out, you can just put regular tires on it. I think you'll be impressed though with the way these run flats do, and especially if your wife's driving the car or you're out on the road at night or something, you don't have to worry about having a flat tire and calling roadside assistance to come change your tire. Let's take a look inside these cars and look at the difference the way they're laid out. The BMW has a really nice interior as well as the Porsche. Some of the differences on this car has black leather interior, and this car has the big screen right here. So to start the car, you have a button right here. Push that button. Volume for your radio. Let's shut the door here and we'll take a look. There's the instrument cluster on the car. So right here it shows you what gear you're in park. Speedometer here, gas gauge there, engine temperature here. You can push this button right over here and you can change the display. So it'll show you average fuel economy, your trip. I have 5,489 miles on the car. Has a G-force sensor, horsepower and torque, and then the radio station you're on. Come over here. On this, all your buttons, as you can see right here, you've got media, communications, nav, car, your apps. This car has Apple CarPlay on it. Then you come down here. I really like this. All your climate control features are right here, so you don't have to go and find and hunt through the screen there to find all your climate control features. And the same for your radio. This is your volume, and these are preset buttons there. And you come down here, you got your cup holders. Then you've got features like your park. When you want to park the car, you push this button right here and it'll start hunting for a parking space. Then here you have sport, comfort, eco, pro, and adaptive. So you can set the different driving dynamics of the car. I normally drive it just in comfort. Eco Pro is for the highway. Adaptive, supposedly it figures out how you're driving, whether it's aggressive or not aggressive, and it'll automatically change the transmission settings. You have an auto hold button here, so when you come up to a stoplight, you don't have to keep your foot on the brake. You can take your foot off and it'll hold it for you. And then some of the other buttons that are up on the dash are down here as well, so you can control them down here with the iDrive system. This particular car, I ordered it with the leather stitched dash. If you don't get this, then it just comes with a plastic dash, but I think the leather stitched dash looks really good. It was a $1,200 option. When you get that, you also get the leather on the top of the door panels over here on both sides. You've got memory seats with 2-position, lock and unlock for your doors, your power windows, folding mirrors. This is a trunk release for the rear. Then here on the steering column, this is a magic button right there. That's the button you push to activate the Driver Pro package, where the car will actually drive itself. And then you can adjust the speed up and down off of this button right here. This button here is where you adjust the distance from the car in front of you. So you can set it to whether you want to be closer or further away from the car in front of you. Then over here, you've got just your normal buttons, your voice control, your telephone, up and down for the volume on the radio. This particular car has a heated steering wheel, which is right here. This car has heated seats, front and rear. Here's the button to activate the heated seats in the front. Also, the armrest and the armrest on the door are heated as well. It's in the package. Then you can kind of stroll and see, take a look. This car's got an all black interior, black headliner. The car has the pano roof. You can get an idea of the roof opening. A large roof there. You got a lot of room in the back seat of the car. A lot of wood. You can pick and choose what color trim you want on the car. They have different ones available. Car's paddle shifters as well. This car has adaptive high beam headlights, so when you are driving at night, if there's no traffic coming on, it will automatically switch it to high beams for you, and then when traffic approaches, it'll turn that off. Then your garage door opener is right up there in your mirror. It's a self-dimming rear view mirror. Let's get out and take a look in the back of the car. So you can see back here that you've got, that's your climate control. So you've got automatic climate control. They can adjust the temperatures left and right in the back. you've got a plug in here in the back to charge your phone, and then they make different adapters, like to hang your sport coat up. You could put an adapter in there that has a rack on it to hold your sport coat or something like that. And then this is the interior. To drop the seats down, you just grab this button here and they go down. Or like in many cars, you can go to the back of the car, and when you open the hatch in the rear, and let me mention also that you can program, so if you want the clamshell to come open, you can program it on the screen up there, so that when you open this will drop down as well. I like to keep mine shut, so if I happen to have anything in the back, it won't roll out. But then when you come up to the car, you have these levers here, which you pull this lever and it will drop this seat down for you. A lot of cars have that. The Porsche doesn't, but it's a nice feature. This car also, I get a lot of use. It has these little hooks to put your grocery bags on. And then in the bottom, let me show you this as well. You've got a lot of storage in there. That's where your space saver spare tire would go if you elect to order one as an option. But as you can see, I use it for storage and things that I take with me on trips and stuff, but it definitely gives you a lot of extra room in the back. And now they've added this shock absorber to kind of open it and keep it open for you. The last one I had, they didn't have that on there, so that definitely makes it pretty handy. And then in the rear, you also have a 12-volt power outlet in the back. So if you're taking some cooler you need to plug in or something with you. This one also has the cover that you can pull to hide things below. I take it out because I can get taller items in there without that in there and shove them all the way to the front. I'll show you when you drop this seat down, give you an idea. You've got a lot of room. I mean, it's a lot of space in this car to put cargo, furniture, whatever you need to haul in the car. It's got a lot of space in it. And then to shut it, you've got the option just to shut it, or if you push this button, it'll lock it. So if you get something out and you're going in a store or something, you can just push that and you don't have to lock the car. Then you can see how this shuts. Shut this. Now I want to show you another really cool feature on this car. Let's turn it off. So this car has the option of a remote start on it. It also has another feature that's pretty cool too. If you have the key and you walk away from the car, as you can see by the mirror being folded in, it's already locked itself. Now when I approach the car with the key, as we get closer, you'll see it's unlocking itself automatically before I even grab the door handle. I really like that feature. In true Porsche style, the key is on the left. This is not the actual key to the car. That key stays in it all the time. The actual key to the car looks like this. So you have to have this with you, but you don't need it once you get in the car. This always stays in the car. Let's get in and start it up and take a look. Okay, so when you're looking here at the instrument cluster, you've got, let's turn this down. You've got your tach in the middle, which is an analog tach. You've got outside temperature, your speedometer. You can rotate this and have different functions in this screen there, like tire pressure, distribution for front to rear as far as the drive goes, G-force. Your navigation map can be right there. Basically your travel information, and then you go back to your regular vehicle settings. And as you can see, your fuel tank reading is above that as well. Now here on the screen, this has, like, as you motion towards the screen, things will come up. This has a home button, and then you have navigation, media, phone, car, climate control. You can flip this up. The driver assist package that this car in particular has, if you touch that, see it has active safe, and then it has lane change assist. Then you can hit the home button again, and then you can customize this and change all these readings around. So you've got different things. If you want to put different things up here, you can do that. This is where you can deactivate the start stop button on the car. So the things that I use the most are the things I programmed up here. The buttons down here are basically the same thing, in that they will activate the same things that are up on the screen. So if you don't touch here, you can do the same things down here. This is for your climate control. This particular car has heated seats and cool seats on both sides. You can select sport mode on this car. Changes the throttle a little bit on the sensor. On the transmission, you can see you've got memory seats on that side, you got memory seats on this side. But this car just has plastic. It's plastic dash, plastic on the door panels. You can get an option on this car to get the full leather interior. I think it's a little over $4,000 option. I elected not to do that. This car also has a pano roof in it. As you can see, this has the beige interior. Seats are configured a little different. Like I said, these are air-conditioned seats. The BMW, I didn't get the air-conditioned seats on the BMW. And then on the steering wheel, you've got your sound for your stereo up and down. You know, answer your phone, hang up your phone. These little scroll wheels change things on the dash for you. That mutes your radio. Got a clock there in the middle. You can see in the back, you get space there. Let's get out and take a look in the rear of this car. Here's the rear in this car. This car also has a 4-zone climate control, and you can see there where they're showing the temperature on each side, and then you can adjust it up or down. So each passenger in the rear can select that. They also have heated seats in the rear, which are right there. You can see you hit it, it'll go 3, 2, 1, and off. So you've got heated seats there. These seats work a little different. These seats, you have to grab a lever down here to pull it to get the seat to drop down, and then you have to snap it into place. Now let's take a look at the back of this car and see how the cargo room compares to what was in the back of the BMW. A lot of room as well. It's really hard to tell the difference. I mean, when I look at it, this looks like it's about the same amount of space as in the back of the BMW. Let's take another look. Get an idea here. It's a lot of room. And you go over to the Porsche, and it's the same. It's a lot of room. I miss that the Porsche doesn't have the levers here to drop the seats down, or it doesn't have the things, the little clips to hold your grocery bags. It's a really nice feature. And the height of the back, as far as the lift gate to put things in the back of the car, they look about the same between both cars. And then of course you can lock it just like the BMW if you're going somewhere, or just to shut it, you can do that as well. Got nice trim on the back. It's a very nice interior on this car. This car has a Bose stereo system. The BMW doesn't. Once again, you get an idea of the back of this car. And then we'll do this one, and you can see the clamshell work. If you like this video, click the like button. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you've got any comments, leave them below. And I'll see you on the next video.